Hello everyone, this is Neurotic and you have tuned into my Cenarion Expedition Rep Guide and Cenarion War Hippogryph Mount Guide. So obviously Cenarion Expedition is the rep you need to get to Exalted in order to be able to buy the Cenarion War Hippogryph. So in this video I'm going to show you the fastest, most efficient way to get the Cenarion War Hippogryph and Cenarion Expedition Exalted at level 85. So first of all, we're going to be looking at two dungeons. They're both in the Coilfang Reservoir, right here, and this is in Zangarmarsh in the Outland. So right in the middle, you're going to come to what looks like this. It's a big blue pylon kind of thing. You're going to swim straight down in the middle and down this hole. So I will catch you when I'm on the other side of the hole. Okay, so as you can see, I've now made it to the other side of the tube. Right in front of me is Serpent Shrine Cavern Raid. We're not going to be looking at that. Over here is the Underbog. That's one of the instances we're going to be looking at. And down that tube is the Steam Vaults. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be running both on normal, just to show you my route, but I will tell you the amount of rep and the time it takes to run both on heroic. So I'm going to do this run. I'm going to time it from, entrance door to getting back out of the instance, and I will talk to you after. Alright, so we're done with the normal mode Underbog run. That took about 7 minutes. So 7 min, and it gave us a decent amount of rep. So now I'm going to run over to the Steam Vaults and do the same thing there, and then after we will do a final breakdown of the numbers. Okay, so we're now at the start of the Steam Vault, and I'll talk to you once I'm done pulling all this, and I'll start the timer now. So a quick note about Steam Vaults, make sure you use these after both of the bosses or else you won't be able to get to the final boss. So they look like that, and they do have a cast time, so don't just run up and click it and run away, or else you'll be stuck standing at a locked door at the end. Don't kill the slaves through here. It's not worth the mana, and they just de-aggro once you kill their kind of running people. The people that own them, because then they just run away. And again, after this boss, there's another one of these thingies. Okay, so that run took about 7 minutes and 45 seconds. It gave us a bunch of rep, more than the underbog. So I'm going to now crunch some numbers. I'm going to do the same thing on heroic, and I'm going to tell you how long those took and how much rep those got, and then I'm going to give you kind of a final breakdown. So I'll catch you in a bit. Alright, so once you have reached Exalted, you're going to want to head here. Also in Zangamarsh, over here at the Cenarion Refuge, you're going to want to look for this guy in the tent. Hopefully you've got a fair amount of gold, and there it is, Cenarion War Hippogryph. At Exalted, it's 1,400 gold. Buy that shit up. Boom. So you get an achievement. Let's see. There it is. It looks pretty awesome. You know, flies as hippogriffs fly. It's a pretty awesome mount, all in all. That vendor also sells some enchanting recipes. Specifically, one I'll show you here. So, you get a tabard. This enchanting recipe, it's not very important, but this one is a big deal. This is the best enchanting, or the best enchant for a back piece for heirloom gear and also twinks. So, but mostly in the heirloom market, with Miss Pandaria coming out, a lot of people will be buying heirloom and wanting it enchanted. So this is pretty good for, you know, hunters, rogues, that kind of thing. I personally have it on my back piece for them. So that is, this enchant will sell very well, and the mats are not that hard to come by. But anyway, now it's time for the breakdown on the different reps. Like where's the best place to farm rep. So the underbog took 7 minutes to run on normal mode and granted 1,252 rep, so about 179 rep per minute. The Steam Vault took about 7 minutes and 45 seconds to run and grants 1,896 rep, so about 255 rep per minute. Heroic Underbog took about 11 minutes and 30 seconds to run and grants about 3,162 rep, or around 280 rep per minute. And the Heroic Steam Vault took about 14 minutes to run and grants 2,800 rep, or 200 rep per minute. So as you can see, Heroic Underbog gives the most rep per minute, then the Steam Vault, then Heroic Steam Vault, then Underbog. An important thing to note, though, about the Underbog is that it also gives a lot of Sporgar rep. In fact, more Sporgar rep than actual Cenarion Expedition rep. So if you're going for something like 25 Tabards or 50 Exalted Reputations, you might want to consider running the Underbog until you have Sporgar maxed out. Additionally, the Underbog on normal mode is the easiest dungeon to run. Like, as in, it requires the least amount of gear. I was always at, full health running it. When it came to the Steam Vault, at the beginning pull, there were I did get a little lower on health, maybe 40% would be the lowest. Then when it came to Heroic Steam Vault, if I was, quick pulling it, I actually got to 0.8% health at one point while I was off camera. So, you know what, you're going to need to be a lot more on the ball when you're doing Heroic Steam Vault, at least as a Shadow Priest. And then for Heroic Underbog, it was the same thing. There were some moments where I got very low. I actually died one run, so that's just something to be aware of. In terms of how geared I am, I'm currently, 394 eye level, but it's full PvP gear, and I have a PvP spec, so that's about how much gear I am, and I don't do that much damage, but I have a lot of health. So depending on what your spec and gear is, you might want to choose one of these runs, which is better for you. Some other factors some other things to take into account if you're Shadow Priest. Make sure you have Inner Will on. That'll make you run faster, and make sure your Shadow Word Pain costs less mana, which, as you saw in the video, I used for killing most of the things. So that'll give you more longevity, and as a priest you need to make sure you're using your Disperse, your Shadow Fiend, your Archangel, and your Hymn as much as possible, because mana is going to be your biggest restraint. Also, another thing you can do is if you chain Hymn of Hope with Dispersion, as you can see, this increases your maximum mana for a short duration, and this gives you mana based on a percent. So this will actually return more mana if you have this buff up. Anyway, that was my video. Please like, comment, subscribe. That'd be great. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.